CEO of Your Life, a live show with Yvonne and today with Laurie. Laurie, welcome.
Thank you, Yvonne. I'm delighted to be with you here again.
I'm delighted to have you. And for you that are tuning in today for the first time, the Be the CEO of Your Life live show is all about bringing amazing opportunities, amazing business owners to you to help your life make it easier and quicker and to, get the quick ways to reach whatever you are aiming for. And today we're going to talk about a topic that Laurie and I both love, and it's the power of stepping away. I know in these days we're all so busy, and it's almost like, the badge of honor if someone asks you, how are you? And you can say, oh, I'm so busy, as if that's like the equivalent of being successful. And we all see the hustling and, the grinding. But there is a definite other side, which is the power of stepping away. And I know that you've got some great insights on that as well, Laurie.
Well, the insights come from my own experience of having been one of those driven people most of my life. And, it was the sense of pushing myself. Not that I didn't want whatever it is that I was doing, but I also remember a long, long time ago getting so exhausted. I can push through this. And yes, I could, but that was my personal will. And as I, in my life, have opened more and more to what's possible, what's more of my potential, that has meant I've had to slow down enough. I've had to get quiet enough inside to see what that is. So, if you listening are in the place where, wow, I don't quite know what's next. So how do you find that? You don't do it by sitting down with an analytical frame of mind. That's a piece of it. But it is that potential that's there, waiting to be activated, waiting to be accessed. How do you do that? You have to step away from the everydayness of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally love the stepping away also because it's like emotion, right? It's like you have to do something. And it's the same when, for example, you drive to work or you drive to school or to the supermarket, wherever, and you always take the same route. Before you know it, all of a sudden you're there and you don't even realize that the road you took because it's all too similar.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same when you never step away. When you never step away, you kind of start acting on autopilot, and you're missing out the fun, you're missing out the joy. That's when you feel trapped in like the rat race.
Yeah.
It's because you just keep going without allowing yourself to see, hey, is this where I want to go? Is this good? Is this where I want to be? Or do I want to do it in this way?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you. That's so meaningful, because unless we have that kind of inner inquiry, I'll put it that way, unless we stop long enough to ask some of those questions that you just raised, we simply don't know. And we can say, well, I made a business plan. And, we all do those business plans. Well, but tune in to today, in this moment. Is that plan still accurate? Is it bringing you joy? Is it something to be celebrated? You said you used the word fun, and I thought, wow, I had to come into a place in my own life of learning how to have fun because I was so driven.
I love that. Yeah, learning how to have fun. And Ali, thank you so much for potential waiting to be activated. I so love that, and it's so true. Yeah. And I also really like that you say, Laurie, that you fun. It's something that so often escapes us. And then we wonder, why don't I like this anymore? Why does this all of a sudden feel like work?
How did I get to be this age and look back and where am I?
Yeah.
And, I've also, over the years, worked with a number of people who have been extremely successful. And they've gotten to a point where they say, not just is this all there is, but I'm not feeling it anymore. I'm not feeling what was moving me before. And I know that there's more. I know there's more. There has to be more.
Yeah.
And that's one reason why we're doing this moreness retreat. And we're called it that is because it is for those people who know there's more. There's no more for you to realize about yourself. And I don't mean just information about you, but really that you are so much bigger. You are so much of a bright light than you have realized or allowed. So how do you start to tap into that so that the stepping away is fruitful? The stepping away gives you something brand new, gives you that feeling of, oh wow, life is joyful, and there's so much here to be explored. So especially if you've hit those what's felt like the upper limit in some way, or your own limits, know that the universe is not exactly limited. And we are that. We're part of that. We're part of that makeup of that which is unlimited.
I love that. Yeah, and you touched on something very important, Laurie. That's why we are organizing this amazing retreat in Spain, for you to have the space to step away. And all too often, I work with clients that kind of feel they hit a plateau.
Mm-hmm.
They hit a plateau and they can't seem to get past the plateau, no matter how many hours they put in, or no matter how much they want it. It's just like, what you're speaking about, the upper limit. And then comes the frustration and the feeling stuck, but deep down they know, I need to step away, I need a different perspective.
Yeah.
And today I spoke with someone who's also interested in retreat, and one of the things we discussed is that the venue is on a hill.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really, if you speak about different perspective, that's it. It's the place. It's the place where you can ground yourself. It's the place where you can offer yourself the relaxedness, but you can also rejuvenate.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing that I personally experience, and why I love a retreat. And I've been on retreats where, by just stepping away from my business, from my life, from my family, as much as I love them, just being there with different people, different ideas, it brings so much more. You can't even put it into words. But it is like, you go out and all of a sudden there's more space, there's more room, and things already start to appear.
Yes. Yeah.
And then our program is really dedicated for you to tap into that more.
Yeah. Something you just said sparked something else for me. You said about space.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't create space, we can't receive more. We think, well, if I just do more, I will receive more, whether that's more money, more love, more success, more peace. It actually works the opposite, that we have to be willing to get empty fast. We have to be willing to allow ourselves the space. And that doesn't just happen in a single moment. And so that's one reason why we wanted to create this kind of a venue, this kind of a space, because the energy there in this particular place is such that it's going to spark things. It's going to um, help you tap into those parts of you that you may not have even known were there. But giving space helps you to create that.
I love that. I really like what you're saying. If you don't create the space, you can't receive more. I immediately see this like overflowing piggy bank, and we just want to keep putting in, but there's no more space. There needs to be something taken out. You need to allow yourself to open up and for once not busy your mind with all the things you have to do still and you want and whatever, but just allow yourself to be. And I know from experience, when you do that, when you get that inner silence, that connection, that all of a sudden things that seemed undoable before because you couldn't figure it out, you go like, of course. And then you come up with a whole plan and you see how you can make it work. And yeah, that's just the best feeling ever.
It is. It
And
is.
I know tomorrow's Valentine's Day.
Right.
The best gift I would say for yourself is to give yourself space, and an even better gift would be to join us in Spain.
And are you worth that big of a gift? And I was going to say that as a joke, but I actually really mean it. Are you not worthy of receiving something so grand as yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's also something, and I know you can speak about this as well, Laurie, but a lot of my clients struggle with. They are so driven to give. They want to serve, they want to do, but then they're out of balance because they're constantly giving.
Right.
And when I then ask them about receiving, it's like, no, I need to give more, but then, and it's
You're giving from an empty well.
And it's the necessity to restore your power of receiving that
Wow.
actually,
Restore the power of your receiving. Ooh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Type that in. I don't think I'm allowed to do that. Because it really is a power. Receiving is not passive. In the Ture meditation sessions that I do, I'm often saying that it's actually an active state to be willing to receive, to be open to receive, to allow yourself, and to trust to receive. All of that it takes an active, not a busy mental state, but an active attitude, if you will. And you use the word restore. You used a little while ago, you used the word rejuvenate. And I'm thinking of another one of those words. You're having to replenish the well. And what better way to do that in a place of, a beautiful location. Oh, I get to look out over the ocean. I get to be in the sunshine. I get to receive gorgeous food. I have the stimulation when I need that, and the input and the activation, and then the quiet to go for a walk on the beach or have a quiet chat with another person at the retreat. All of those things really do restore the power of your receiving.
Yeah. I'm thinking about some of the people that are joining us, what they said that they find important, and what made them say, well, I'm choosing this for me, is knowing that they have us to help them, to guide them, but also knowing that this is such an intimate container of like-minded spirits that it's a safe place to, work on yourself, or not even work, but just to be. So
Yeah.
it's in so many ways, it's safe and loving and well, healing almost, because you're not going alone. You're
Mhm.
not there on your own. You have these amazing people around you. Yet there is a lot of space
Mhm.
for you to, even in the retreat, to step away for a bit. Because I know from my experience, when I'm on a retreat and there's coming new things, coming through,
Mhm.
I want to write about it. I want to sit with it. I want to daydream. I just, and then I sometimes I want to take it a step further and I want to be active.
Mhm.
But that's what we get back a lot, is that people like the fact that in the morning there's a group program, which is
Mhm.
amazing. But then in the afternoon, you have the space and your freedom to
Mhm.
choose what works for you and what you like in that moment.
Mhm. Yeah.
So another opportunity to step away.
And to, can I say it this way, and to receive yourself.
Hmm.
That's ultimately what you're receiving. You're receiving yourself. Sayed says we are worthy of being ourselves and love ourselves. Yes, absolutely. And loving yourself is receiving yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I love this.
Yeah.
I so appreciate it, Sayid. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Hmm.
And today I spoke to someone who said, the idea of a retreat makes me already feel amazing. The fact that I can go on a retreat, it's
Hmm.
like giving yourself the greatest gift.
Hmm.
And I thought, oh, how wonderful and how true is that? And it's very often the last thing we think about, right? We think
Hmm.
everyone else, everything else, all the things we need to do, all the places we need to go. And here, there's no have to.
Hmm. There's no have to, and you don't have to plan it.
No.
And might I say, because you referenced it be tomorrow being Valentine's Day, that you could also give this gift to someone you love. You could give it to them for them. You could also give it to yourself and your partner and come together.
True. Yes, that's a very good thing that you raised that. Yes, there's that room is there as well. That if you
Mhm.
want to bring your partner, even when they don't want to participate, because
Mhm.
not everybody wants that, they are more than welcome to join, because the surroundings are so beautiful. There's so much to see and to visit, that there's a possibility. And then when you say, well, and then after the retreat, which is, where I indulge and rejuvenate and all these amazing things. But after that, I want to visit Spain. I want to see more of Barcelona. I want to,
Mhm.
the opportunities are endless. We are actually having someone right now putting together an itinerary, just, to see if you would like to explore Barcelona that way. You don't have to. Again, we are very much like, do what suits you. But we have guests coming, well, from a lot of places, and they are very eager to see more of this, because I'm in Spain now, of this beautiful country. And I would say that's like a double whammy, isn't it?
A double gift.
Yeah, a double gift. But I love that you mentioned that partners are absolutely welcome.
Yes.
And this could also be a business partner, you
It
know?
could absolutely, absolutely. And I do want to say that space is filling, not as a, oh my God, yes, it's one of those kind of statements, but it is. And we have it, this is designed to be an intimate space and intimate group. So we have a maximum of 12 people. And there's already 4 spaces booked. So, and at least another 6 that I know of, the people that are saying, yes, I'm just gotta put these things into place. So here we go.
Yeah. So it's really, don't wait too long, because it could be your possibility to step away into Spain might, before you know it, might be gone. Yeah. I think this might be a great way to end it. Is there anything else you want to add from your side, Laurie?
The only thing I do want to say one thing about receiving and around the breath. Just think about how you are with your own breath, whether you actually receive it with appreciation that it's what's keeping you alive, that your life force is keeping you going, or whether you take it all for granted. So let's realize how special our gift of life is and how special you are.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's like we're worthy of being ourselves and love ourselves, and allow ourselves to receive by stepping away.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in, listening. We will be back soon, in 2 days actually, for another episode of Be the CEO of Your Life.